What is freedom of speech? It's the freedom to speak. It's political correctness. It's simply manipulating the target population to silence itself.
Migrants crossing the Med, likened them to cockroaches. I said that and I stand by it.
Well, is there something wrong with generating money? It's like, it depends on what you're going to do with the money. Spend it all on hookers and cocaine?
How dare you! You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words. And yet, I'm one of the lucky ones.
Shut up, you Many media outlets, many platforms don't really want to give me an opportunity to speak, just want to write slanderous articles about me without interviewing me in the first place. So I take every opportunity that I can get to speak. Puts me in a box. It reduces me. I do not have any hate for Greta. It is not true that most scientists agree that climate change is being man-made.
All night. All night. All night. All night. All night. All night. All night.
Only need a call, trust me.
All night. All night. All night. All night. All night.
All night.
All night.
Only need a call, trust me.
All night. All night.
All night.
All night.
All night.
All night.
All night.
All night.
Only need a call, trust me.
All night.
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 Only need a call, trust me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the SCO podcast with me, Manny Cinder, and my very sunny co-host, Banksy Style.
Ahoy! How's it going, fellas?
I didn't know I needed my sunglasses just to be on the same panel as you.
You know, I totally missed. Sorry, Manny. I completely missed all of that. My earpiece just fell out. Sorry, you didn't know what?
I didn't know I was going to need my sunglasses to put up with your shirt. Is it a shirt or is it a sari?
It's a combination of both. It's a new Eastern fusion of shirts and sari. Right here, okay, it's right here.
It's a very nice shirt. I do like it. I'm only teasing you. Did you get it from Turkey?
No, this was a gift to me by my mother many years ago. I'd never wear it because it's horrific. But
how many years ago? The 1960s.
A few years back. It's still in the millennial years.
What did she say? My dear sweetheart Banksy, you look pretty in pink.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what she was thinking at the time. She's like, "Oh, this is very nice. Look, it's good. It's beautiful. Wear it on the beach."
How was your holiday in Turkey? Tell us about that. Did you see any sweatshops? Did you do any under the table dealing? What was going on? Were you touched?
Actually, I wasn't touched. I didn't. Let's put it this way: there is a lot of fake goods in Turkey. I did partake in a Bulgari ring. It's literally valued, the original or the real ones, at $2,500, and I didn't pay that much for this ring. Let's just put it that way. So we'll see how green it will turn in a week after wearing it. Me and my brother are now test driving it. We were talking about these fake items and see how long they last. They have everything fake in Turkey. There's so much fake. The problem is I wanted to get something for my mom because she loves all that stuff. But I really wasn't sure what to get because, she's also quite picky. So I'm going to save it. We'll take a trip to the same location, hopefully next year. And then she can buy all the fake handbags, Louis Vuitton and Gucci and whatever the hell else she likes.
Now, is it the sari that you're wearing, or have you lost some weight?
No, I think it's the sari. I don't think I've lost weight. In fact, if anything, I may have put on some pounds because all inclusive, man. You just eat and drink all day, every day.
What is there to do in Turkey apart from eat kebabs?
Mostly that's what we did. The thing is, it depends on how long you go. If we had a bit more time, if we went for like 2 weeks, then there's a lot of places. It's really nice. I mean, the place is really beautiful. The beach on that resort, the resort was supreme. I can't fault the resort. The resort was, oh my God, unbelievably good. But as far as outside, other parts of Turkey, we didn't really see much. We just went to a club a couple of nights. We went out a handful of times. Cheers, Mr. Manny. I'm enjoying some iced coffee.
I'm enjoying some room temperature water.
That's adventurous of you. You go, Manny. You explorer.
No holding me back.
No, nothing holding me back.
In it tomorrow.
Oh my god, dude! I got drunk I got drunk 2 nights, but one really bad night. And
I must admit,
that
you come in on a live stream while night clubbing with the background was epic. That has to be one of the best Speakers Corner community live stream moments of all time. That was just on the level of, how can I say, it was on the level of Modine trying to rap.
The messed up thing is I've actually caught a cold, so my voice and chest, I've got a bit of a chesty cold at the moment. Yeah, I mean, look, I figured, I can't not show up at all. I mean, you know that I have to partake in the Wednesday show no matter what happens.
Absolutely.
But exactly the time the show was going to start was the time we were going to the club. It's 10 o'clock over there, 8 o'clock over here, so it's like a 2-hour gap. So we literally were leaving for the club as you guys started the show. So the only way I could do it. The amazing thing is Wi-Fi is really really available everywhere you go. Hotel, everywhere, almost 99% of the hotel. I think I found a bit right at the end of the beach, which the Wi-Fi wasn't getting anything. But even on the beach, I did a live stream so people could see. The nightclubs, they give you Wi-Fi, boom, straight away. Although, some people say that's a honeypot because they could actually track your packets because it's, you're on a public Wi-Fi. But nevertheless, Wi-Fi everywhere. So, if you don't have a telephone, my friend was desperate to buy a SIM card when we first arrived because he wanted to make some calls and stuff. And he's like, oh, I'm going to buy a SIM card. They were selling the SIM cards for 40 euros for 100 gigabytes. Over here, it's like 10 pounds. It's unbelievable. 40 quid they wanted, or 40 euros. And he was struggling to find it. I said, dude, leave it. There's Wi-Fi everywhere. And eventually, yeah, he was like, I've got Wi-Fi. I can call my mom, because he was worried about his mom. So I can call my mom every day. I'm fine. And everywhere I go has got Wi-Fi, except occasionally in the streets when you're walking around, which, it's not all that. Hello, Irish Flame. Hello, Jade and Chrissy Morris. No, Chrissy, I didn't even lose a bet. Can you believe I wore this shirt voluntarily without being coerced or forced at gunpoint in any shape or form? I chose to wear this, which I think is actually worse than if somebody held a gun to my head and made me wear it. So, you guys take that how you will. But yeah, so yeah, Turkey, amazing country. People were wonderful, extremely friendly. Of course, I couldn't reveal my sentiments about Islam to anyone, so kind of keep that on the wraps if you're not quite au fait with the Muslim world. But the thing is, it's not like in the hotel or in tourist areas, women are in burqas. Women are walking around. Turkish women are walking around in bikinis. The cleaners were the only people I noticed who were wearing hijabs. The hijabis were the only women were cleaners. The rest, it is what it is. You won't experience any delicacies of bacon or any pork products in Turkey. So if you haven't been, be aware you will not eat pork for the duration of the time you're there. But the Turks are pretty good with sausages, meat sausages, beef sausages, and other types of sausages.
They're not sausage. It's not sausage.
Yeah, but I mean, they make their own types of sausage, and it's Turkish sausage, effectively. It's got its own flavor. It's not like a Frankfurter. It's not like they're trying to copy a Frankfurter. It's not like those vegan fucking meals where they try to pretend to be meat. It's like, look, there's pork sausages and then there's Turkish sausages. And they're just different types of sausages. They're just
And if there's any Americans listening, there's no such thing as a chicken sausage either, right? Okay, no. I could possibly try what Banksy is saying, some kind of extra spiced beef sausage or something, or lamb sausage. But chicken sausage, come on.
But again, the chicken the chicken sausages, like the ones that, for example, these Frankfurter companies make, they're trying to make the chicken sausage look and taste like the pork sausage. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to like clone the pork rather than just release. I mean, because there is some good turkey and sort of mixed sausages, which are just what they are. They're not meant to be pork sausages. They're just chicken. They're not trying to copy pork sausages. They're their own thing. As long as there's some, because we have different types of sausages. We've got Cumberland sausages, and we've got English pork sausages. We've got Frankfurters and Bratwursts or whatever, hot dogs. So we have different flavors of sausage. We've got chorizos, which are not really sausage, but they are type of like a sausage. So we have different types of pork variations in sausages. Chicken or beef or whatever, you can make it your own thing. You can make its own thing separate from trying to pretend to be a pork sausage. The ones I despise are the ones who are pretending to be pork sausages, like turkey bacon. No, that is the vilest pile of shit ever. I tried eating that stuff for a little while. I even bought some. It's vile. It's not. It's, either eat bacon or don't eat bacon. But that turkey shit, and now they've got plant-based turkey, plant-based bacon, fucking vegan bacon. What bullshit, act of Satan is that? I personally think these things all came from the rectum of Satan himself. These were pulled out from the bowels of Beelzebub. Because no human being would utter such travesty and allow such sacrilege to enter their mouth.
Feel like a bacon butty now talking about it.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, bacon, obviously not bacon. In there's no bacon in Turkey, but as I said, there's plenty of great food. Your kebabs everywhere.
So can I ask you, and this might be a slightly ignorant question. So in countries that follow the Islamic way of living, are there no pigs in the country?
Now, I've heard that there are pigs in Turkey. I was actually discussing this, I forgot with friends or someone, and they said they use pig leather, the pig skin, as a type of leather, apparently, in Turkey, but they discard the meat. Now, I don't know how true that is. I haven't even bothered Googling it. But they said that's the only type of pig product that they... But the thing is, it's got to be haram to even, have pig leather in your shoes. Surely... but I think they said, no, they skin them, then they export the leather to European countries where they then use it for various different things. So I don't know, but that's what I've heard. But I'm sure there are natural boars everywhere in the world. I don't think, not pigs in the way we know them, because the modern pig is a human invention. We've bred them like the way they are. The traditional or the original sort of pig is a boar with tusks, and they exist all over the world. They exist in Africa, all over Europe. They used to be everywhere in Europe before the industrialization of European nations. I'm sure they were in the Middle East. I would be shocked.
So in conclusion, you like Turkey. The resort was lovely, though going to a resort is not really going to Turkey. I mean, I could have sent you to a resort in Dorset, mate. You didn't have to go to Turkey. You could have sat around on a sunny beach there, but we're not going to let you finish that sentence. So imagine getting on a plane hundreds and thousands of miles just to sit in a private resort that looks just like the one in Skegness.
Because it isn't. Because Skegness is Have you been to fucking Skegness?
Who are you, the number one salesperson
for the resort? I've been to Skegness. It's shit. Is that your
pet? So just because you got a sari on made in Turkey doesn't mean you have to sell
like it's the same thing. It's just all the same. No, look, I will give it to you. I would probably spend far less and go to the Turkish resort because it was far cheaper than the Cypriot resort that I went to.
How much is a meal in the resort, and how much is a meal in an average restaurant in Turkey? And did you go to Istanbul?
No. This was just Antalya. This is southern Mediterranean area. Istanbul is the other side. It's the capital. It's miles away. Literally, we have to catch a plane to get to Istanbul. Turkey is a big place. No. This is like it's the equivalent of going to Dover not Dover, Devon, Cornwall. It's that kind of a distance, even further. But you know what I mean? That's the sort of thing we're talking about. We're not talking we went anywhere near Istanbul. Now, you want to go to see real Turkey? Yeah, probably go to Istanbul. Probably get mugged, probably end up in, some kind of Turkish prison. Have you guys ever seen Orient Express? If you haven't, you should. Life in a Turkish prison is not fun.
I heard there's oil involved.
Sorry?
I heard there's oil involved in prison.
I don't even think there is oil involved. In fact, that's the problem. There is no oil involved. You'll have to lap up the grease from your kebab that they give you for lunch. Save that.
But is the national dish in Turkey a lamb doner kebab?
God, you are like so fucking English.
Is it though?
No,
Is it?
I don't think it is. Look, they have. I don't know what the national.
I know. It's a lamb shish kebab with fries, isn't it?
Yeah.
With extra chili sauce.
With fries, yeah, exactly. Because fries is such a common thing in Turkey. Because obviously the Turks were the ones who invented the fries.
I'm detecting a bit of racism coming from you, Banksy.
Fucking hell. Oh man. No, I don't know. I mean, they've got like lahmacun, they've got all sorts of different dishes. I'm not really sure what the national dish is, but as far, you see, the thing is for me, and this is the weird thing, and because I went with a friend of mine who's a Palestinian, he actually even felt closer to home than I did. And I have relatives that are Turks, Iranian Turks, in my grandparents' side of the family. My grandmothers, they're Iranian Turks. They speak Turkish. My mom understands Turkish. So I've got Turkish ancestry, if you will, or connections. But my friend, because he grew up in Kuwait and his mom made those similar foods that the Turks made, he was like right at home. For him, it was like heaven. He loved it. Absolutely. He wanted to extend our time. He didn't want to come back last week. He wanted to stay. He wanted to say, my friend, he wanted us to book another 2 or 3 days at the hotel.
What type of nonsense is that?
And change our flight.
Why would he not want to come back to the lovely weather we have in Britain?
Yeah, he absolutely adored it. He absolutely loved Turkey. And he got laid as well. He met a girl. They fell in love. It was like fucking Greece. Tell me more. Did he have a big cock? Tell me more.
This is a family show. Thank you very much.
But yeah, it was awesome. He absolutely loved it, and yeah, he wanted to stay much longer than I did. I loved the place. Don't get me wrong, it was lovely, but I was ready to come home, man. I got shit to do. I got a job. I got this fucking show. Manny, you keep me busy. That's what it is. But yeah, no, it was awesome. It was very good. I highly recommend it. Especially around late May time. Try to go before the kids get off school because the kids will be insane. I mean, we were lucky. We didn't have a lot of, kids there because it was school time. But I can imagine when the schools are off, that place becomes mayhem. It becomes a madhouse. So yeah, if you're single and you don't have kids, then avoid those July, August times where the kids are off school. I don't know, June, July. I don't know when the school holidays are. And try to book outside of those times because yeah, those kids can drive you nuts. But otherwise, yeah, highly recommend it. Go for it. Go book your trip to Antalya soon for next year. Or actually, no, this year. You could do September.
All right, so we're going to go through Speakers Corner Online. So SEO, Speakers Corner News is back, and they're posting more videos. So we're going to share one of those right now, or a few of those. So this one's really in honor of your pro-abortion stance. I must warn viewers that you are about to view a demon, and I do mean that, an actual demon. If there is such things, this is what they would look like and things they would say.
I kill babies and I'm fucking proud. I kill them bitches and I'm so proud. How many? I fucking love killing thousands, millions. On my body count on killing people, bitch? Thousands with them babies. I will abort 10,000 motherfucking children any motherfucking day, and I'll eat that shit, bitch. I will eat that shit. Have this on video, bitch. I look crazy as fuck. I know.
Ethan, who's typing Ethan Darrell? What the hell's all that about?
So, as somebody who fully supports these type of individuals and abortion, Banksy, please tell us, what does it like knowing that she is on your side?
It's perfectly fine because I can smell a troll from a fucking 300 yards. So of course she's trolling. She's being antagonistic. She knows that this kind of thing will push some buttons. This is not. I mean, of course she's not serious, but it is what it is. People are going to react. People are going to react. You know, maybe sometimes crass or untasteful, but it is what it is. I still believe that women have the right to make that decision for themselves. I believe, no, it's not even I believe women have the right. I believe that you should leave me the fuck alone, is what I believe. Is on that fundamental level, is I want the politics and the politicians for the most amount of time, leave me the fuck alone. I pay my taxes, I do my fucking work, I take out my garbage, leave me the fuck alone, Smith.
I'm very publicly anti-war. They think that's a gotcha question. I'm publicly anti-war. I bet you they all love the war in Ukraine, though. I bet you they all love the war in Ukraine, though. I bet you they love the war in Ukraine.
Why can't you just
I'm consistently anti-war.
Why can't
Let's
you just
talk.
talk?
Sure, let's talk. What do you want to talk
Talk.
about? I'm ready.
Nobody here supports the war. Stop being a fucking
let's
little
talk.
bitch.
All right, let's
Just
talk.
be reasonable.
All right, let's talk. Let's be
fucking
reasonable. Let's be reasonable. You just want to murder babies, and
No,
that's
I don't want to murder babies. Stop.
That's
You
it.
just be reasonable.
Okay,
just
my
talk
body.
Yes.
That's a body right there. That's a body.
It's not. Okay, stop.
That's a body right there. No, that's a body.
Okay, again.
That's a body.
Answer my question.
Okay.
When did someone have a 37-week abortion?
Happens
Name
all
one
the time.
person. Name one fucking person.
Happens all the time.
Who?
Democrats write
Name
legislation.
One. No. Name
9
a person.
months. 9 months.
Name a person that has had a 37-week abortion.
How the hell am I supposed to name women in abortion?
Exactly. You don't fucking know shit.
I mean, you know, did we get that on film?
Get
Listen to me.
No.
You're going to jail. Assault him again, you're going
I
to
don't
jail.
care.
Okay.
I
Just so we got that understanding. So we
Get
got
the
that
fuck out
understanding.
of my face.
So we got that understanding.
Can I charge her? Can I press a charge?
Let's go. That's how you started. You press charge by calling 911. Do it.
Man, oh man. These are deranged people, folks. We're dealing with deranged lunatics here. But here's the good news. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the good news. Look at how small their turnout is. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. They had all the Planned Parenthood marketing, all the social media marketing.
All right, what's your thoughts on that? We obviously saw some commie flags there. I know you're a little bit left-leaning. Might have made you feel at home a little bit. What's your thoughts on that? I know that's a bit more of a civilized debate, though not really.
No, it's not. How is that a civilized debate?
More, I said more civilized. More.
It's not even more. It's just the same derangement as the other one. At least the other one was being facetious and kind of, joking. And you could see she was trolling.
Look who's in the chat, Wendy. Wendy, the evidence denier. Wendy, I've got one for you here, sweetheart. Let me, 1 minute. Wendy, it's all made up. You can't make, don't believe the science.
We were trying to get a handle on, yes, you got some new data on boosters.
There's a new published study out in Lancet, the journal Lancet Infectious Disease, about the 4th dose and what happens to our antibody levels. It is not a surprise that they've released new data confirming that after the 4th dose of Pfizer or Moderna, that antibody levels rise significantly. They surge in the several weeks after that dose. We've known that for a while, but here are the caveats. We don't know how long that lasts, number one. And our immune response, remember, is not just about antibodies. It's about that T-cell response also, which you can't really measure as well as just a pure antibody level. And it's about whether or not they're blocking or neutralizing antibodies to the variant that we're seeing. So when people hear these headlines, they shouldn't be surprised. Yes, of course, you're going to get a surge in your antibody levels, but how long that lasts is the issue. And it's certainly not just about more boosting for everyone. People who have high antibody levels, there's the potential. I want to underscore the potential. We haven't seen any evidence of this immune phenomenon known as tolerance, where if you already have high antibody levels and you get another booster, that your immune system can start to say, well, what am I needed for, and can kind of start to shut down. Wow. So
there you go, Wendy. So I explained that to Wendy from the Texas University report, and Wendy said, no, that can't be true. It's all lies. And obviously Wendy used to follow that Dr. John Phil or something, and then as soon as he started saying, actually, and Wendy stopped showing videos from it. Anyway, Banksy, what were your thoughts on that? She's basically saying that the antibodies are as short as your Turkish holiday, and you should look forward to your immune system being as active as I don't know, what can we say? A retired dildo.
I be honest, I thought this conversation is like become so bland and boring now. Take the vaccine if you want. Don't take the vaccine if you don't. If you want to go to Turkey, you're going to have to take the fucking vaccine because they'll check that shit at the airport. If you don't want to go to Turkey, don't take the vaccine. Sit like Manny, become pale, dull, and fade into the background of a white wall.
Excuse me, my even though you look like a pink lobster, my suntan is still better than yours. Admittedly, I've got 17 lights shining in my face just to make it extra orange. And also, there's plenty of countries that you can go to that you don't need to be jabbed with this poison.
In that case, then good luck and go to those wonderful countries.
In fact, I believe that most countries you can just take a test, stick it up your ass, give it to them in a sealed packet, and that'll be good enough. So
you can take a test.
You are not going to be allowed to leave the country without a vaccination are beginning to look very stupid in a pink shirt that looks like a sari.
No, because the fact is that I don't have to take any more tests. I just rock up, show my fucking thing, and I'm.
You know why?
You have.
You know why you don't have to take any
travel?
Because you are the people that are oozing with the actual virus.
Yeah, that's what it is. But either way, I don't have to do anything anymore. I just rock up. In fact, I did less for Turkey than I did for Cyprus. Cyprus was much more, strict.
Is it true when you went to Cyprus, it pulled your pants down and took a swab test up your, you know what?
Yeah, one of the beautiful Greek flight attendants, in fact, took my measurement with my thermometer, and I know how much her temperature is. What the fuck do you want, man? The fact is that in Cyprus, yes, they're extremely strict, and you have to literally, and they tested us all at the airport anyway. So this whole thing about you not being vaccinated, but you can take a test, they'll still, I said, a lot of countries will not let you in regardless because of their standards. Now, fine, you can pick and choose out of the measly few countries that will let you in. I don't know, maybe Ukraine is good this time of the year, maybe Poland is feeling fresh this time of the year, whatever the shitty countries that are left that will let you in without a vaccine, then good luck, go to those countries. Again, my policy fundamentally is leave me the fuck alone.
Never.
So you want to take it, take it. You don't want to take it, don't take it.
Don't take it. Don't be
don't
weak.
care.
Don't be misled. Look after your immune system, because the immune system will look after you.
Yeah, do that. And either way, I caught a cold straight off the plane anyway. I mean, I literally caught a cold on the day of the flight, I think, or in the flight. I don't know. Some diseased bastard spread their germs onto me.
Probably somebody with a double jab. But anyway, let's.
I am double jabbed.
All right, let's go into the next video, mate.
Health, and this government wants to pass that will enslave you for the rest of your life. Do you know what those laws are? That should you snuff or just sneeze, and they suspect you have an illness, they say they have a right to take you to some facility and to test you and to medicate you against your freaking will. Are you free? So let's not lie to the children and tell them about freedom, because your freedom is being infringed as we are standing here, and you need to be made aware of it. Mainstream media is not going to make you aware of it. You need to do your own research.
So what that lady is talking about there is the new agreement, directive, whatever, that all governments, certainly the Western governments, including the UK and USA and Canada and the EU, have signed over power to the World Health Organization, who can now, sitting in their comfortable fake leather chairs, tell the police, UK police, army, and the government that they are in control, and that if they suspect that you may be infected, so if somebody within a 1 mile radius may have sneezed, they can come and abduct you from your home and take you away. And then you'll soon find out what the Jews went through in World War II. Don't tell me, Banksy, you think I'm making it up. You're on mute, by the way. I'm making it up, and what this lady was saying is all false.
No, I don't. But I'm at awe of the vat of hypocrisy that you sit in, Manny. You like. I don't even think you can even like see your own hypocrisy like around you, because you're so immersed in it. You literally had a video 2 minutes ago talking about how these baby killers are shouldn't be allowed to do anything with their own bodies. Women with independent women who have their own bodies in mind, and you want to tell them what to do with their bodies, but yet at the same time, in the same segment, you'll then go, no, it's terrible when the government comes and tells you what to do. You're muted, by the way. You're still muted. You're muted.
No. You're lucky I was muted because I was cursing. First and foremost, you've got it all wrong. That's not what my argument is. Just because you're wearing a pink sari and I have Indian DNA does not mean you can come on our panel and talk shit. That is not Bangra. That is screwing in a light bulb, right? So the second point I want to make, I never said I wanted to remove any option from anyone. That was never my. So
what would you like to do with women who want to have an abortion?
The people who are making the decisions to know the full, how can I say, the information of what actually happens to the baby, right?
Sure.
That's my objective. I am not here. Listen, I do not want to create a situation where I'm taking anything away from anyone. My sole objective is, because I've researched it, because I've looked into it, and I've even spoken to doctors about this, as well as read the reports and seen the interviews.
Sure.
I don't think majority of the people that make decisions, and yes, I have known many females that has taken that decision. They don't know, from my understanding, the full
ramifications of the process.
Yes.
But for those who do, we still should leave it legal, so that those who do wish to do it, even after they've been fully informed and understood the ramifications of the situation, and they still want to go through with it, the option is available to them.
Okay, so
that's exactly my position.
So let's look at that this way. I said to you on your live stream, which was a really good live stream, by the way, on your channel on last Friday. And so I said to you, and that I believe, and my understanding is that the child has independent pain from its carrier, which is its mother, right? To a larger degree. So if that is true, then how is that any different if you are pulling the limbs of the child? So whether it's inside the womb or outside the womb, how is that any different?
The thing is that once a baby is fully formed and it's able to survive outside the mother's body, then that mother can relinquish her rights towards that baby. As civilized human beings, I think it's incumbent upon us not to kill living babies. It's generally good for civilization not to do that, and so we will then put that baby into some form of, the state adoption system. And even if the mother wants to abort it at 9 months, I don't think 9 months. You see, this is the problem. You guys are, as I said before on my show, which was on Saturday, by the way, that you guys are extremists at both ends. Half of the extremists on the pro-life or the anti-abortion side say they want, the minute a sperm winks at an egg, then that's life, and that's it. There's no, you can't abort.
See, you're making straw man arguments.
No, dude. This is, I'm trying to give you the
arguments.
extremists on both sides. I'm just trying to let you know that there are extremists on both sides of this argument. There are extremists who say the minute a sperm has tickled an egg, then that egg cannot be touched and has to go through the full process, even though contraceptives like the coil, in fact, abort a viable egg or a fertilized egg. They, in fact, that particular type of contraception actually aborts it. So really, by their logic, a coil has to be banned as well, because that would be considered abortion. But nevertheless, there's those groups who literally say an egg and a sperm, the second they meet, that's it. You can't touch it. You can't do anything about it.
Okay.
Then there are other groups who say, the crazy, again, on the left, that say no, all the way up to 9 months. That is unbelievable. This is practically a talking baby at that point. And they say no, it's fine. They literally have insane people who say we will then, the woman at that stage will then give birth to the baby. Then the baby will be taken into a room, and then a discussion will emerge. What discussion? The discussion is, you've given birth. You don't want to have anything to do with this baby. You don't want to raise it. You don't want to have the burdens of child, this child upon you. Fine. You sign away this piece of paper, which signs all your rights away as a parent. You have no more rights towards this child. This child is now going to go and be adopted, or in the adoption system. That's it. You don't kill the baby. What insane people are they? They say they will have a conversation. The conversation that you're going to have, the only conversation you have when a baby is born, is, do you want to be a parent to this child or you do not? The child is going to be protected and safe because it's a baby, you monsters. So that's the difference between, these are the extremes. I am not on those extremes. I'm saying that there has to be a cutoff date for abortion, for killing the fetus. And that, for me and most people, agree that 10 weeks is an ideal cutoff time, because from 10 weeks onwards, brain activity can be detected. And usually that is a sign that this is going to become a conscious, and it is. It's got a nervous system. It's got pain. It's got conscious. It's not conscious in the way that we are, but it has started to develop consciousness. At that point, I think we should say, look, I'm sorry, you're going to have to carry this baby, unless the mother's life is absolutely in danger. Again, there are mitigating circumstances even for that, but the circumstances after 10 weeks of you having an abortion become exceedingly difficult. You would have to be in very, very special circumstances in order to continue to kill the potential baby, the fetus. But before 10 weeks, no. Up until 10 weeks, I'd say the woman has absolute free choice, even if she wants to use it as a form of contraception. I don't think women should. I think this is the problem.
Okay, stop. It's not, no, you don't get to say it's all right after 10 weeks as if it's some kind of authority. Just put the alcohol chocolate down.
No, this is just coffee.
Some nonsense. Let's move on. Wendy was asking for some documents or something show the agreement. Wendy, you have a history of not looking at any literature with any evidence, so you don't get to come here and say, show us the evidence. Research, find it like I did. All right, anyway, Banks, I've got something that's going to excite you, mate. I think you're going to love this one.
This looks familiar. I'm sure I've seen this. Oh, that's fucking awesome.
So that wasn't you, was it?
No, that man was slightly more tanned than me and certainly more toned than me. So, no, that was not me.
All right, here's the next one.
That was
Without
pretty good.
any more dilly-dallying, let's go to this one.
Is a fact. You have to look at it from a woman's perspective. Look at it like this. Caitlyn Jenner, whom I've met, wonderful person. Caitlyn Jenner was voted Woman of the Year. Her first year as a woman. Ain't that something? Beat every bitch in Detroit. She's better than all of you. Never even had a period. Ain't that something? Oh, I'd be mad as shit if I was a woman. I'd be mad if I was me. If I was in the BET Awards sitting there and they're like, and the winner for Nigger of the Year, Eminem, my man.
Yeah, the man's a genius. You do realize we might get done for copyright on this one.
Nah, it's fine. It'll be good. So yeah, I mean that was a good way of putting that. I think. What do you reckon?
Oh, the gender debate, absolutely. I think that we are a dimorphic. Was it biodimorphic? No, I think we're dimorphic.
Banksy, define a woman. Define a woman.
Adult human female.
Well, define the female. Define the female.
An adult human female. A female is an adult human that can give birth or has a womb and you know all of those female qualities, genetic female qualities, womb, capable of bearing children, menstruation. mostly down there, but I mean you can say titties too.
Before I play the next video, I'm going to ask you a question, and please be honest. Have you brought any properties that we, the public, do not know about?
What? Properties?
Co-founder is under fire after a recent home purchase in the hills of Los Angeles. And it's one of the 4 new homes that Patrice Kahn Colors has bought in the last 5 years, leaving many to wonder just where their donations are actually going. Reporter Kayla Brantley is with us now for more on this one. And Kayla, a lot of people who have given money to BLM are giving these property purchases a real hard second look. But is the organization taking the question seriously?
Well, it appears so, Thomas. The head of the New York chapter of Black Lives Matter is calling for a probe into Patrice Kahn Colors' finances. Specifically, Hawk Newsom wants to know just how much of her own money Colors is donating to charitable organizations. Colors owns 3 homes in Los Angeles and 1 in Georgia, all of these purchased within the last 5 years. The latest is a $1.4 million home in Topanga Canyon. BLM received over $90 million in donations just last year, and a lack of transparency about who and where those dollars are going to has been the subject of criticism.
Well, part of the reason that people are especially outraged by this is Colors is a self-described Marxist, and buying a $1.4 million home doesn't exactly fit into that model of society. But, you know, maybe she is just a real estate lover at heart. We shall see if that investigation proves otherwise. Kayla Brantley reporting. Thank you.
Actually, Manny, on that same thing, before we move too far away from it, I do also have a video based around that. It's well, it's actually quite a bit long. I'll fast forward a bit.
All right. Oh, it's not the. Okay. Cool.
Hold on.
Only person that's running around trying to squeeze out crocodile tears. This next story involves me and Patrice Colors. You remember Patrice Colors? She is the founder of Black Lives Matter, the movement. It's all about Black lives. Put tons of money, donate money to rinse yourself of white guilt. Well, I've been working on a documentary about Patrice Colors. I've been wondering, I've been searching for the answer to this question. Black Lives Matter reported to have raised more than $90 million on the back of George Floyd and other.
$90 million they raised in fundraising. Holy shit. I know that the George Floyd GoFundMe was $14 million. more money than that man would have ever made if he lived 1,000 years. It's unbelievable how much money this Black Lives Matter bullshit raised.
There are Black people that died at the hands of police, as they say, and no one seems to be able to account for the dollars. So I thought I would like to take a look at this. Patrice jumped on Instagram as we were recording this, and I was outside of her home, and here is her explaining what took place.
This morning, I woke up to Candace Owens being outside of my house with a news crew. She was demanding that I come outside. And when I looked at the video recording of what she was asking about, she was actually asking about the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation property. And for some reason, it seems like she thought my house was that. It's unacceptable and it's dangerous that anybody, any stranger, come outside of my house, but it's...
She says it's unacceptable for people to come outside your house and protest. The same people who went to the houses of the Supreme Court justices screaming and protesting, these hypocrites are now, when someone comes to their door, it's unacceptable. But it's okay to go to the houses of Supreme Court justices because you're mad at them.
Really unacceptable and dangerous when Candace Owens, another Black woman, who is actually working as a part of a
Sounds like
agenda.
Patrice is afraid of Black people. That seems like a little bit of racial profiling, Patrice. You might want to check that. First and foremost, she's a liar. We know this. It's why I've nicknamed the movement Black Lives Matter. She starts out by saying, I woke up to Candace Owens outside of my house. It was about 10 a.m., Patrice. You're lazy. And it obviously had no idea she was inside. She contradicts herself when she retells the story. First, she says, Candace demands that I come outside. That never, absolutely never happened. But she's trying to create this imagery of her being afraid and scared and me going, Patrice Cullors, come outside. But then she immediately jumps and says Candace didn't know where she was at, and she was asking if this was the residence that Black Lives Matter brought the purchase, so that Black people could, as she said in the press and Black Lives Matter, have a creative space to.
Okay, I'm just gonna skip to where she's actually outside and what actually happened when she was outside of the Patrice's house. This is what actually happened with this woman being all scared about this horrific woman, Republican right-winger outside her house trying to ask for an interview. This is the scary moment, by the way.
Are coming down my face. Here's what actually happened when I showed up at her house. Take a look. I did see some cars that were loaded, so there's definitely somebody home. Hello.
First of all, I don't know if you notice, Candace Owens is about 8 months pregnant. So she's carrying a noticeable bulge in front of her. This 8-month pregnant, vicious, angry woman came to attack this poor Black Lives Matter woman who's living behind this very large wall and very large fence.
Definitely somebody home. Hello. I was just looking to speak to whoever is at this property because it's listed as the Black Lives Matter property. Sir? Hello? Are you instructed not to speak to anybody? We're not trying to harass you. We'll gladly leave. We're just wondering if we can speak to anybody. Thank you, sir. Have a great day. So the moral of this saga is...
Anyway, I'll leave it. But yeah, this is up on my channel on Speaker's Corner. But yeah, that's awesome. That is just awesome. By the way, there's a couple of other stories that I wanted to cover, which is to do with the shooting and also the killing of the young apostate, young Christian lady in Nigeria. But I don't know if we're going to get time for that. If not, then we'll do it on Friday.
Yeah, sure. All right. So thanks for that. I've seen that video. It's ridiculous, to say the least. So next thing I want to show you, I'm going to do a bit of self-promotion today. So, a lot of you guys. Oh dear. If ever you need a reason not to be vaxxed, that is it. That is it. Because you end up wearing a sari and coming onto a live stream. Look at him. Everybody
fell in the wrong hole, you asshole. It fell in the wrong hole. It happens.
Yeah, that's what you said. Right. Anyway, moving on. So when I was still streaming on my own channels, I actually had a live stream taken down. Well, I had a lot of them taken down, but this one I ended up uploading onto Brighteon, and it was why Matt Hancock was likely sacrificed and why. You're going to have to go over to Brighteon. So you can go to brighteon.com/channels/Manny Cinder, or just search for me and this video will come up. And I basically show everybody how he was involved in buying certain types of injections which were administered to the elderly, and that was the end of them. So of course I was gonna bring this up. So this is Matt Hancock's tweet. So we're sharing this not to share the tweet, but sharing it as news. So Matt Hancock is saying here, I will be taking legal action against the original post and anyone who else posts this. Your one and only warning, free speech does not mean free to post hate speech. My lawyers are watching. Well, yeah, we support you in your free speech as well, Matt Hancock. And we obviously also support the evidence as well. So that's that. So I thought that was very interesting now that the evidence is mounting up, or opinion is mounting up. The final thing is that before the recent Disney thing took precedent, or certainly came into the media, Manny Cinder did do a live stream called Why Pedophiles Go to Disney World USA on a Regular Basis. And that was before a lot of the recent shenanigans. And obviously we do know some members of the Speaker's Corner community, some men have been going to Disney without children. So we need to really question them. So if you're watching, if I come across you, I need to interrogate you. Yes, I did say interrogate, and perhaps even pass your information on to the authorities.
Sorry, are you serious? There are like grown men who go to Disneyland on their own.
Yes.
No.
Someone that we both know as well.
Someone that we both know.
I'll tell you after the the show. And also, this is how I feel when I was talking to you and Raj about the chemtrails. I know you guys have changed your mind and you come round, but this is how I felt throughout that engaging. And this, Wendy, this is how you make me feel as well. So I just want to say that to Banksy, Raj, and Wendy, that even though you can be very gormless, I still love you.
Whatever.
So yeah, I'm a nice person like that. I'll give everybody a second chance.
Yeah. But
are you feeling a little bit merry? What's your sober?
No, dude, I've got a cold. I'm on cough syrup.
Can we do a live stream possibly from a bar or a pub with you, and maybe Steve, Speaker's Corner, and Raj as the token sober person? Can we do that? Because I don't think people realize how funny Banksy is. Like, it's not like you have to be drunk to be funny, but when you're in a social setting, I mean, you don't shut the fuck up anyway. Don't get me wrong, you never shut the fuck up. But when you start talking in a social setting, you are hilarious. I reckon you're so funny that even Zabid is going to say, actually, I could chill with that guy.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's ever going to happen. The hell hasn't frozen over yet. When Satan is ice skating to work is the day we might consider me and Zubaydah having a drink together.
Okay, we always take the mick out of people doing silly things, and we rarely kind of call out the bravery. So I think these are one of those moments. This heroic young man saves somebody. So let's have a look at this vid.
He's going up to try and save the woman that's actually up there.
Can you see the child dangling from the window above?
Oh yeah. Can you make this more bigger, like full screen?
No.
Yes, you can.
I cannot.
Hit the full screen.
This is it. Can't make it bigger.
Yes, you can. I made mine full screen.
Is that full screen?
There you go. It's too late. The video's almost finished anyway. You rescued the baby. What the fudge was the baby doing out there?
There you go, look.
Yeah, but what the hell was the baby hanging? What's going on?
Oh.
What is that inside? Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit. That kid would have been so dead. That kid is going to have to spend the rest of his life thanking that fucking man.
Anyway,
because those windows are not even easy to get out of. Look at the way they don't fully open.
Yeah, but kids are kids. They can get
that is no, it's for the guy. The way the guy managed to get out onto that window and hope that window the frame would actually hold his weight, because he was literally his full weight was on that window frame. And it's just oh my man, that man needs a medal.
Indeed. Okay, so shall we move on to the next video? This is a bit weird. It's a bit weird, but it's interesting. I want to highlight that. This is interesting because we all, obviously, me and Banksy live in London, and a lot of people, no doubt, live in a city or at least visit a city on a regular basis, or at least a big town. So we are accustomed to saying what I'm going to share. But I've always been bothered about these things myself. But let's have a look at this.
See there, look. All these men in chains, yeah? But the text above them says, England expects every man to do his duty. There you go. That's his duty there, look. All shackled up. Shackled up. Some fucking... proper wrong shit, that.
I don't think this man understands symbolism. This man is clearly not grasping what the whole monument is about.
Enlighten us what you think the monument is about.
Well, of course, it's about sacrifice. It's about giving. It's the John F. Kennedy speech. Don't ask what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. That's like the basics of it. I mean, there's all sorts of other things going on. There's death. Obviously, there's symbolism of death there. I wasn't sure about the guy standing, holding something up. The shackled people. Nowadays, I'm sure a Black Lives Matter member will consider that to be some kind of throwback to slavery and how they're all slave to Mother England. But it's about sacrifice. It's about giving to your land. England expects for every man to give up their liberty for the country. It's all about patriotism. It's all patriotic bollocks. You're still muted, Manny. You're still muted.
I do apologize. Next video, we move forward.
I was about 12, 13. It was just one day he was like, I need you to do something for me. And, well, you don't really have a choice in it.
Tony Louise has waived her anonymity to tell how she was a child victim of modern slavery. She was groomed, sold for sex, and claims the men who paid to rape her even included police officers. It started when a man she thought was her boyfriend asked her to have sex with another man.
I was kind of like, I don't really want to do this. And he was like, well, it's too late now. Like, I've already told him that you're going to do it. And that was the first time that I was sold for money off him.
So he sold you for sex?
Mm-hmm. At first, it was only like once or twice a week that I would have to leave school. And then it got to like every day. It got to the point where I wasn't even making it up to school. He was picking me up at the end of my mum's street.
20 years ago, the charity Barnardo's first suggested around 100 children were being sold for sex in Glasgow. Over the years, concerns have resurfaced, especially around the area of Govan Hill. When we began investigating 3 years ago, a local sex worker told us she'd seen a child being sold for sex in one of Glasgow's poorest suburbs.
Okay, I just want to just throw in an interruption, just for copyright purposes, really. Did they talk about in this expose about the people, the actual groomers? Did they give
Yes,
any
so
details?
she's a grooming gang victim in Glasgow. So
do they tell you about what the groomers are, who they are, or what ethnicities, what background?
I've literally only watched right up to the point when you said stop, and I was going to stop I didn't want to play the whole thing anyway. Anyone that wants to watch it, that can go to Speaker's Corner online. But the point is that I was glad that Sky News wasn't really discussing it in its full detail because it allows us to have a conversation that because I do know that she's talking about a grooming gang. That this is why I keep saying, and I don't seem to get a lot of support behind me, that the difference between grooming gang crime and paedophilia is vastly different, because grooming gang crime groom girls because they want to sell them for sex, for prostitution. Now, Fee Green, it says money is a good Telegram surfer. Where's it gone? For content. So Mr. Green or Mrs. Green or Miss Green. So this is a account. Let me share this. So this is an account called SCO News or Speaker's Corner News. So the person that runs this account on Speaker's Corner online, they go to different Telegram and online accounts and what have you, and pick the best news videos. Though I have noticed that there's usually a lot of information from Telegram and sometimes a lot of information from Tommy Robinson's Telegram videos. I have noticed that myself. But putting everything aside, Tommy Robinson posts some very good political stuff that's not just about grooming gangs, it's all types of politics. So we're just using this account to create some content, essentially. So, sorry, Banks. So, your thoughts on that? I mean, that's an interesting video, no?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is with the whole Tommy's documentaries, I haven't even seen the second one, but this seems to run in the same sort of circles as that one. So I've kind of seen a lot of this type of thing, but it's just I'm interested in to know what the background of the groomers are, because either this will feed into Tommy Robinson's narrative or it will negate Tommy Robinson's narrative of it's only Muslims. If these happen to be, I don't know, white Scottish guys or Albanians or Polish or whatever they are. I think that's the only thing that I think will be this dividing factor here. Is this going to feed Tommy's narrative, or is this going to actually prove him to be kind of like he's milking the Muslim thing, but really this is happening with all different groups, all different people, all over the country. I mean, how long ago was this documentary? Was this new? Is this recent?
Yeah, so it's that video on Speaker's Corner Online is 5 minutes 27 seconds.
No. I mean, when was this shown on Sky? Is this recently shown?
I'm not sure. I'm just watching it
because it all depends on when this documentary was sort of made. Okay, I've got a little intro to something. Really, I'm going to cover this in more depth and give it my full Banksy rage when I do the Friday show, because that's my thing and Friday's my show, so I don't want to dominate it with this show with that kind of stuff. But this is the case of Deborah Samuels. Deborah Samuels is a Christian student in Nigeria, and I'm sure you guys all probably know it unless you've been living under a rock. She was accused of blasphemy and was subsequently beaten and murdered and then set on fire in Nigeria. The disturbing part of this isn't the fact that Muslims do this. Muslims have been doing this for quite a while now. There was another case recently of three women who killed a fourth woman because one of the women who killed her dreamt that this woman was going to blaspheme the Prophet Muhammad in Pakistan. There was another man who was burnt alive for blaspheming as well while police watched. So all of that we know. We know what comes out of that particular religion. We know the fruit that it bears. But the fact is that I was having a massive debate with Jedi, not with Jedi, but Muslims on Jedis. In fact, Go Speakers Corner and M Stacks, or what I call shit stacks, was on there claiming that this is not Islam and that these people would be killed under Islam. And yet, this is what I want to address, is that this headline says Tamwala imposes curfew. Tamwal and Tambuwal. Anyway, the guy who's running Nigeria imposes curfew as protesters demand release of Deborah Samuel's killers. They are protesting to have her killers released. Is this the Islam, the justice of Islam? Because all the Muslims were saying, oh no, it has to be done correctly with the courts and the laws and under Islamic jurisprudence and under caliph or an Umar or whatever the F that they want to have it under. Is this it? So that they now protest that the government is going to punish those murderers. You guys, any thoughts on that? Any thoughts that you make out that as if this is not Islamic? No, the Muslims who were taught by Islam, who were raised by Islam, are now protesting that other Muslims killed this woman, burned her body, and now they are protesting the fact that they might get punishment for it. They might go to jail for it. This is Islam. This isn't a bad apple. This isn't some fragmented fringe Islam. This is Islam. You guys just hate it because other Muslims in other parts of the world are showing the foreigners, the kafirs, the real Islam. You guys have been trying to paint this false picture for years, and these events just shatter all the lies that you tell about your religion. That's why you're pissed. You shouldn't be pissed at me. Be pissed at the guys in Nigeria who simply show you what Islam is. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm gonna rant about this on Friday on a much more deeper level. But this was just a little flowery introduction.
Yeah, I mean that's a very sad situation. I mean, what else can we say about that? I mean, that poor girl was brutally and savagely murdered.
By the way, two of the people that are being charged are police officers. Out of the people that are being charged in this murder, the police officers joined into this. This is why you can't just sort of sit around. And these Muslims and their excuses are so pathetic, and it's so weak, and everyone in the world sees it every day. Every day they see a little bit more of, and they destroy. The Muslims themselves destroy your lies. You Western Muslims who go to Speaker's Corner and try to sell your BS dawah, these Muslims ruin you. They set you back decades. And I want every wannabe bright, what's it called? Naive little bright-eyed non-Muslim who might think Islam is really the kind of bollocks you sell them. I want them to see this, and they will, because I know the mainstream media didn't publish this very widely. They didn't publish this. They didn't talk about this half as much as the Buffalo shooting. But that's because they don't want this is the sort of thing that they brush under the carpet. But don't worry, the rest of us will make sure every kafir knows about this, how you treat people in Muslim majority countries or Muslim dominated areas. Nigeria isn't even a Muslim majority country. It's just that particular area happen to be Muslim dominated. This is what happens when the demographics of your country changes and and Islam becomes 20 to 30% of your population. Watch and see these same Muslims at Speaker's Corner who preach about love and peace. Watch and see, they will be the ones that will hold the sword to your neck when the day comes that they're in power. I'm telling you now, Christopher Hitchens said it a decade ago. He said it will be your own priests that will hold the gates open for the barbarians to roll in. You go ahead and pretend that Islam is the religion of peace. Those of us who've experienced Islam know exactly what it is, and it's nothing of the sort. But okay, go ahead. Anyway, Manny, sorry, I didn't want to drag this one down that particular topic. Friday, guys, Friday.
All right, so Let's watch this video here. These are migrants on the streets of UK.
I'm just saying, like,
You like me?
no, I don't like you. No.
What?
Why?
Hello.
Hello.
Why? What's your name?
My name is Liliana.
You give me Snapchat?
Yeah, sure.
No.
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
Do you know you're like, how old are you?
You know we're 15.
Yeah, how old are you?
21.
You know we're 15.
Who?
Us.
Oh my! Oh my, we're 15.
He likes me.
You're 21 and you're asking for
Why?
our snaps. We're 15.
How old are you? 21? I'm 17.
Yeah, I don't care how old you are.
You're 17.
Brother, they're young. Walk on, bro. Walk on. They're young girls, brother. Walk on. They're young girls. You're 21. You're asking 15-year-old girls for their snap. Walk on, bro.
Well, if that isn't a good reason to show how immigration is just a complete and utter shambles, I don't know what is. So they were adult men trying to pick up 15-year-old girls. I mean, that's just disgusting.
But didn't you hear, Manny? Diversity is our strength. That's the diversity. That's the strengthening. They're going to strengthen those 15-year-olds with their manhood. This is what I mean. This is like in your face at this stage. You can't. You know Sweden. You know Sweden, the most liberal and the most welcoming immigrant nation to immigrants, has reversed its policies. The president or the prime minister or whatever has come out and said this diversity programs haven't worked. They haven't. No shit. No shit, they haven't worked. Are you fucking... Have enough of your women been raped? And have enough of your girls and your boys' children have been molested for you to fucking realize that now? Really? Really? Diversity hasn't worked. Integration, multiculturalism has just taken a giant shit on your fucking dinner table. Is that what happened? Now you fucking realize what people have been screaming about decades ago. Literally decades ago. I can measure my fucking rants like this. 20 years ago, I was fucking ranting.
So the other thing that I want to share before we go. So this is a BBC article saying football in the metaverse in Serie A trial sign of things to come in sports broadcasting. And I looked at that and I was like, that looks a bit familiar. What does it remind you of?
Yeah, the kind of like the 3D rooms. Go on, Manny. I know you love those fucking rooms. Go on, chill. Go on, show them off.
I'm gonna have to, dude, because I was like, that's not even a very nice version of it. Let me share my screen 1 minute.
But Manny, these things have been around like since the 90s. Those kind of 3D. Well, have you ever seen a film called Lawnmower Man? They had that shit then. It was like 1995 or something that film was made. It's just the this 3D business. It's been around a long time. It's not new.
Where's the cinema room in Speakers Corner Line? Oh, here we go.
What? Why are you playing? Are you playing some advert?
Yeah, because some of these rooms, like this cinema room, they actually play the video just like the metaverse, right? Can you see? Like, I don't know. Have you been in here when they're doing screenings and they're playing movies and stuff? You know, you can go to Speakers Corner and watch the video. Sometimes they do exclusive.
I've been in and out. I've seen some of that stuff. I'll be honest. I haven't spent that much time watching them, but yeah, I know they play all sorts of things. By the way, Lawnmower Man was made in 1992. The funny thing is the graphics we have in the Speakers Corner 3D rooms is actually better than the graphics in that movie. But the similar sort of things.
Sorry, my internet's a bit slow. That's why it's picking up. There you go.
For one chance.
But yeah, I agree with you. The graphics in Speakers Corner Online 3D rooms are far better than Metaverse.
To tell you the truth, the thing with the graphics is that they have to keep the graphics to a certain level because all different devices have to be able to run it. So you have to be able to run this on an iPhone, on an Android phone, on a tablet. So there is a bottom level or top, if you like, maximum kind of complexity, graphical complexity that they can have on this. Now, you can have, I mean, if you've used like the PlayStation Network, you can have far more sophisticated graphics than this if you have only one specific device. Like the PlayStation Network, they know that you can only access it through a PlayStation. So since you can only access it through a PlayStation, that PlayStation, especially PlayStation 4 and 5, have very high-end capabilities to be able to run all of this graphics. So the graphics is much more sophisticated. But with this, it's similar to Fortnite. I don't know if you're a boomer, you wouldn't be playing Fortnite. What am I kidding? I'll probably have to talk to you about, I don't know, tic-tac-toe or fucking abacus or whatever games you guys played in 1822. But as far as like Fortnite is concerned, Fortnite is a kind of game that can be played on multiple devices. You can play it on your mobile, you can play it on your computer, on your PlayStation, Xbox, etc., etc. So the graphics are actually lower than Call of Duty or Battlefield because those games only run on specific devices and certain types of PCs. You can't run it on a mobile phone, even though there is a mobile phone version of Call of Duty, but the graphics on that one is also reduced. But yeah, so it has to be available to multiple devices. What is this? Indiana Jones in an igloo? I haven't been to this one.
Room where one of the rooms in here, it's basically a little iceberg.
Oh, Manny, hold on. Stay in the igloo. I'm gonna come. Hold on. I'm gonna come into.
Wear something sexy.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's the other thing, though. These avatars, I don't know, dude. They seem horrific. They look like something, some kind of nightmarish creature. That I mean,
is that you?
Yeah, of course, that's me.
You look like you need a slap.
You're literally walking into me. What the fudge are you doing?
You walked into me.
Yeah, turn around. You can see me. You're not.
Where have you gone?
Dude, I'm there. Look, let me walk back. Oh no, I'm walking towards you.
Yeah, it does that automatically, so you engage in a conversation, right? Because we can call each other.
Yeah, that's an interesting feature that we can actually call each other. Now, it would be more interesting if we could call a group.
Well, they had those group debating rooms, didn't they? Don't know if they're going to bring them back.
Did the message pop up by any chance?
Oh yeah.
All right. But I haven't tested the actual conversation, like the voice chat. I don't. Yeah, I suppose you can make it, but you can't call multiple people, right? There's only a one-on-one.
I've never tried, to be honest. I only do private calls.
Cause you're my private dancer for money. Yeah. All of this will be on Friday, people. Friday. You get the full Banksy on Friday. It's just the intros, snippets.
Okay, all right. I think
we're an hour and 18 minutes.
Yeah, that's
that flew by, man.
Short show for us, right?
Yeah, that flew by. I mean, I've got a bunch of stuff that I wanted to actually do on this show, but we couldn't. Buffalo, obviously, the continuation of my rant on Deborah Samuels, and of course, my favorite religion, Islam, my favorite religion of pieces. So yeah, guys, Friday, there'll be some special things happening. A lot of fart jokes. I'm literally eating beans and peas. And sprouts just to keep all of that high level, high intellectual stuff. There's going to be some high IQ shit going down on Friday. I don't actually. I have some plans. There are certain things that I will bring from my show. I can't bring the Wheel of C. For those of you who are looking forward to the Wheel of C, but I will bring a version of Wheel of C, a slightly more sanitized version. So there'll be a wheel and we will spin it, and we will pick people to spin it against. What else? I'm looking at a few other ideas at the moment. I've got banting about. The other thing that I actually want to do with the show is IRL stuff. I actually want to be out in London and actually be out in the streets and maybe do some antics in the streets. See how that goes. And if
that sounds really good. So you could be organising a good knees up, or is it a case of just walking around and finding trouble?
Yeah, no, I don't know about doing the show from a pub. I'm not entirely sure how a pub. See, the thing is, in Turkey they didn't give a crap. These guys were awesome, but I'm sure if I'm doing a live stream in a club in London, they'll jump all over you. Because the bouncers are kind of dicks around here. Bouncers were awesome in Turkey, but then again, they were just nice all around. So I don't know. I don't know whether I can actually get away with doing a live show at a pub, or I think a pub I would, maybe like a semi-quiet one. But I don't think I'll be able to do one in a busy sort of pub or a club. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, it depends. You could get a really nice, cool bouncer, and you're walking around the streets and you get into a conversation. You say, "Can we go in here?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, go on," and we'll just carry on. I mean, mostly the problem is I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get any of my friends to come with me because I don't think they want to be on the show. So I'll mostly probably have to do it on my own. So London can be a little bit dicey. So we'll see how it all unfolds. But at first, I think it's going to be in the streets.
Sure. Cool, awesome. Well, we look forward to that. So that's starting this Friday.
Friday, 8 till 9.
And
I only have an hour as well, so I'm not sure how much I can actually get in that hour. I mean, dude, I can talk the first hour just like that.
I was going to say there's also talk of a new presenter possibly coming on board. Not part of this show, not part of the Monday show, not part of the Friday show, which is what you're doing now, but an actually standalone show on either Tuesday or Thursday or maybe the weekend, right? But we're not allowed to say their name quite just yet.
No, I think it's we're not. It will be revealed in time. A new presenter.
I've seen the promo. What did you think of the promo?
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
You didn't like it.
The thing is, it's not that I have to have chats with the guys because I think we should get the approval of the person if we're doing the promo for, because I personally think it was a little bit too much in certain things. It should be more debate and decorum involved. I think there was a little bit too much in certain clips. But I mean, if the person doing it wants to do it, then I don't mind. It's just I think we should run it past them before, or at least Speaker's Corner should talk to them. I mean, I was going to have a word with the guys at the Speaker's Corner guys, but I haven't had a chance yet. Either way, we'll discuss. This is something that's in the future, so we can't go into it too much. Sure. I mean, this is a teaser. There'll be a new presenter for a new show that will happen on Speaker's Corner on this channel. Just keep yourselves keep us posted. No, keep watching this square. Watch this space. Fuck me.
Any final thoughts from you, Banks?
At the moment, it looks like I can't fucking have a thought to save my life. I can't even come out with watch this space. My brain has clearly gone up my rectum. Final thoughts. I don't know. I mean, we've covered so much. At the moment, I'm actually internally kind of upset and angry at the Deborah Samuels thing. So I that's been really dominant on my mind, and I haven't talked about it yet. And there's a few other things that I want to discuss. But yeah. I mean, as far as you're waking us up from your conspiracy theories, I don't know, man. I don't think you walk. I mean, it's like you pretended. This was the straw man I think you set up, that we don't believe in chemtrails, and that you now have convinced us
How
of it.
dare you try to
didn't
use my
convince
own
me.
terminology against me? Disgusting.
No,
How's
you
it-
didn't
This-
convince
Is
me
it because
of
I called
cloud
your shirt
seeding.
sorry? Is this what
That's
it
what
is?
it is. No, but many. There is a movie. There's a movie called The Big Friendly Giant, the BFG. Now, there was a cartoon of this in the 90s. The problem is, I don't think you've watched this. In that cartoon, they had cloud seeding. In that cartoon, the Queen of England ordered some jets to sprinkle some chemicals into the air in order to create rain for the giant, because the giant was, I don't know, hot, or I don't know what it was, but it was a reason that they needed to have rain, and the Queen of England ordered the jets to spray chemicals into the cloud, and then it created rain. This film was made in the 90s or possibly even older.
But it's been, like I said to you, if you were listening to me, this has been going on a scientific basis since the 1950s.
Well, yeah, but either way, it's like, it's not new. Now
No, it's not new. That's the
cartoon-
whole point. It's only people don't realize it's new. But anyway, final thoughts from you before I share my final thoughts.
Don't trust your government.
Thank you to everybody who's watching. Thank you to everybody who was watching and now is no longer, and anybody else who's watching after we are finished. We appreciate you joining us. And if you haven't already, come over to Speakers Corner Online. You can download the apps, Android, iOS, or you can just go onto the website. And if you don't want to come, don't worry. It's all good in the hood.
Peace.
But thank you very much for joining, supporting, whether it was positive, whether it was negative. It's all good. We appreciate you. I can't say we love you, but we do appreciate you. I had to talk over the first few seconds of the video. I think I'm done. Awkward.
Are you not able to play the video? Is that what's going on?
Okay, I'm having slight technical difficulties, but I'm
We
going to
apologize.
say abracadabra, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go, go, go.
We apologize. We're experiencing some technical difficulties.
What is going on?
Let's call technical support.
Let's
Please
call
click on my computer. How can I click on your computer? Where is your computer? I am only at my computer. No, please click on your computer. I am clicking on my computer, but I can't get my computer to work.
Oh, I didn't press play. Okay, apologies to everybody. That actually was a technical issue. Well, I was technically inept.
What is freedom of speech? It's the freedom to speak. It's political correctness. It's simply manipulating the target population to silence itself.
Migrants crossing the Med, likened them to cockroaches. I said that, and I stand by it.
Well, is there something wrong with generating money? It's like, it depends on what you're going to do with the money. Spend it all on hookers and cocaine?
How dare you! You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words. And yet, I'm one of the lucky ones.
Shut up, you many media outlets, many platforms don't really want to give me an opportunity to speak, just want to write slanderous articles about me without interviewing me in the first place. So I take every opportunity that I can get to speak. Puts me in a box. It reduces me. I do not have any hate for Greta. It is not true that most scientists agree that climate change is being man-made.
All night. All night. All night. All night. All night. All night. All night.
Only need a cool plus me.
All night. All night. All night. All night. All night. All night. All night.
Only need a cool plus me.
All night. All night.
All night.
All night.
All night.
All night.
All night.
All night.
Only need a cool plus me.
All night.
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 Only need a cool plus me.